So Nintendo announced yet again another Mario Tennis game is on the horizon. And let's just say a lot of people, including myself, was kind of surprised by this.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's go. Baseball time. Come on. No way!
Yeah, I guess you could say I was a little thrown off there. But yeah, I guess I was super confused as to why they decided to go with tennis yet again. Now, I know technically it's been a while. Mario Tennis Aces came out on the Switch in 2018, but still, I'm just like, man, it feels like we were just playing Aces. And I think that's exactly what the problem was, because Aces was the very first sports game on the Nintendo Switch system. So, seeing that the very first sports game on Switch 2 is also a Mario Tennis game just feels like it's more of the same. Now, excluding the GBA titles, I played pretty much every single Mario sports game to date. I even grew up with the GameCube ones, like Toadstool Tour and Mario Power Tennis on the GameCube were some of my favorites seriously in the entire series. Now, Mario Tennis Aces just completely lost me, and I don't know how you guys felt about that game, but I felt like the mechanics were just way too much. As someone who didn't spend a whole lot of time in that game, it is not a pick up and play tennis game, which all the Mario sports games pretty much are. All the fancy dives, rolls, and power moves just made it kind of chaotic, and all the different types of shots that you can hit and timing of button presses, it was kind of insane, and anybody that came over and picked up to play the game just had no clue what they were doing. And that's actually where Fever makes me a little excited. It's more Mario feeling, you know what I mean? It's not like super technically sound where you're doing all these advanced moves and stuff that you have to sit and practice and learn. It looks like anybody could pick this game up and play it. I mean, this is literally one of the things that they're advertising.
Now you can also slide and use other fancy footwork with new defensive maneuvers. Fancy footwork.
Yeah, the fancy footworks are slides and dives, which is pretty hilarious because I'm like, can't you do that in literally almost every tennis game? But anyways, yeah, you know what? Some people might think it's a lot more lackluster compared to the Mario Tennis Aces version, but I actually like this. It's more simple, and the mechanics of the game are based on other things instead of it just being the actual movesets of the characters. Like, it's a basic moveset. It's basic and easy to pick up and learn. But where the game gets deep is the fun Mario mechanics is where it should. From the crazy, wacky courts. I mean, you have Waluigi Pinball Court. Okay, this is slowly becoming his identity now, and it's getting a little weird. I mean, there's even this mode or court, I don't know what it is, where like wonder events are going on, and you're like slapping hoppos across the net. Like, that is freaking cool. There's enemies walking across the net and stuff, and just all types of crazy rackets that you can choose from. There's like over 30 brand new rackets with different effects that you can pair with whatever character you want, and there's tons of characters as well. I think they said there's going to be like 38 playable characters. Now, something else I love from the sports games is when they decide to add like a little story mode. Mario Tennis Aces actually had a pretty good story mode. There was tons of little missions and challenges and even tons of boss battles to go up against. They did a pretty good job with that, but I think it actually lacked the adventure element to it. You were just kind of going from stage to stage on a world map and doing some pretty basic mini games and stuff. But once again, Mario Tennis Fever looks like they're going above and beyond. There's actually like a full story where you can like run around this little overworld and stuff, talk to NPCs. You even play as babies because it's part of an actual story that's going on. There seems to be tons of more missions and like puzzles and stuff that you can traverse, almost like a true adventure that you're going on, which, you know what? They got me a little bit here. Look, am I upset that it's literally not any other sport besides golf? Yeah, I am, and I'll get into that in a second. But still, what they're doing with this Mario Tennis game, it feels like the most GameCube-feeling Mario Tennis game that we've gotten yet, and I'm actually really, really hyped for this, believe it or not. The more I watch the trailer, the more excited I get, but I can't help but still be worried, because it's no secret that the sports games on the Switch all have some major issues, and one of those major issues across all the games on the board is the fact that they release with almost no content, and then all the actual good stuff is released as quote-unquote free updates for like a year, and then the game just goes completely dark, where it just feels like those free updates are what the game was supposed to have from launch. Even with that said, I think some of the hate for at least two of those sports games are a little overblown. Mario Tennis Aces and Mario Golf Super Rush still had fun content to do. Like, even Mario Golf Super Rush had an official adventure mode of its own, even with a couple of boss battles in a freaking golf game. That's right. But I think it wasn't until Mario Strikers Battle League that really just put the absolute horrible taste in players' mouth, because this game was just all over the place. I mean, this is one of the few Mario spin-off games that I've ever played where I genuinely could not play much more after like a couple of weeks, even if that. It's just oh man, the game was just riddled with issues, and the fact that it had almost little to no content in it. No sort of story mode, no seasons or anything that you could play, no sort of mini games or boss battles or anything along those lines, and like literally only like 5 different fields that you could choose from. That game just had so many issues, and I think it just kind of soured the taste for Mario sports for a lot of fans, and that's why I think me and a lot of people were really hoping for the next sports game to finally be something different, something that can change up what's been going on with these sports games, like a new era with the Switch 2, which could also mean a new era for sports games, and maybe that's still the case with Mario Tennis Fever, but if you were like me at all, you were probably really wishing for a new Mario Baseball, or maybe even a new Mario Basketball game would have been awesome, but nope, still no word from that. Now, the thing with those games is you gotta remember who's developing these games for the first part. Mario Golf and Mario Tennis have always been made by Camelot, so that's why they always feel very similar with their quality. And I can already tell just by looking at this new game, it's 100% Camelot once again. Mario Strikers is made by Next Level Games, also the developers of the Luigi's Mansion series from 2 and 3. Now, Mario Baseball is made thanks to Bandai Namco, and they've had tons of hands in their works of the recent Smash Bros. Games, and there's even been rumors of them opening new studios to work with Nintendo. In fact, I don't even think it's rumors, I think it's been confirmed. So that would also kind of indicate that maybe they're working on other projects outside of new Smash Bros. Games for Nintendo. So yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised they haven't had their hand in any sort of new Mario Baseball game in over 17 years. Now, Mario Hoops 3-on-3 on the DS and also Mario Sports Mix that included basketball, which also was a great form of basketball, by the way, those games were developed by Square Enix, of all companies. So yeah, I have no clue if they're ever going to be working on another Mario sports game again, but right now we haven't seen anything since the Wii as well. But man, I was just really hoping for one of these, and now I'm wondering, is Nintendo just going through the cycle again? Is the next sports game just going to be yet again another Mario Golf game? Which is funny because I love Mario Golf. In fact, I love golf in real life. I go every single Saturday morning, so why would I not want another Mario Golf game? Well, it's just because we've been getting too many. Now, a lot of people I've seen made the comment that, hey, Mario Tennis just sells best. It's literally the best-selling Mario sports game. No duh. You have 8 total Mario Tennis games in a series and also 8 total Mario Golf games in a series. Of course they're going to sell better than something like 2 Mario Baseballs. The problem is they're not letting any sport get the time to breathe. Yes, they brought back Mario Strikers, which was awesome, but it was brought back in one of the worst possible ways ever. It was almost a slap in the face to Striker fans. You never know how big a series can grow and be if you don't let it. If you just keep cycling through tennis and golf, it's going to get tiring, you're going to run out of content, and before you know it, you're going to be scrambling to find another sport before it's too late. They need to be slowly evolving the other sports as well, so that way they can all be as big as tennis and golf is right now, because with only 2 Mario Baseball games in the span of Nintendo's whole lifetime, that's an issue. And honestly, I'd even be super down for something that they've never really tried before, like a Mario American Football. Like, how's that not happen? It's so popular here in the West. There was even apparently like a Mario Volleyball game that got scrapped called like Mario Spikers, but something like that could have been something that's cool and different for once. Look, money talks, and you're obviously going to always go with what makes you the most money, but Nintendo should be hiring other companies to dig into some of the other sports, so that way they can make even more money if a lot of these franchises become huge. They can make Mario Baseball a huge thing, Mario Basketball a huge thing, even Mario American Football a huge thing that people look forward to every new generation. So yeah, I just hope Nintendo tries to do some new unique things with the Switch 2, but even with that said, as someone who was so upset with the Mario Tennis Fever announcement, to me, this looks like the best possible direction they could be taking Mario Tennis. So I'm excited to see what the heck they're cooking, but still, let me know in the comments down below if you expected another sport and if there's another sport that you've rather seen instead of Mario Tennis already for Switch 2. But like always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Real quick though, before we head out, I just wanted to say a lot of you have seen my recent video. There's been some crazy stuff going on and everything's been good. I have got so much support from you guys, from other creators. It's been awesome. I'm going to talk about it in full detail in a super long video on my side channel, Nin10doland. I will link it in the description, where it's my side channel where I just rant and talk about whatever. So go check it out. Leave a like and subscribe. It probably won't be up by the time this video is out, but it might be up by tonight or tomorrow. So definitely want to go check that out, subscribe, show some support. But I just want to say thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Let's try to get this channel close to 400,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We had a goal to reach 400K, but I don't know if it's going to happen quite yet. So let's just try to get to 380K here very soon. You guys can make it happen. So leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. And like always, I'll see you in the next one, and have a blessed day, guys. I love you all.